right, man. Let's talk about Golden State and their struggles. And it is cold as hell tonight, bro. But shit, man. Hopefully everybody live in Buffalo, all right. 6 feet of snow. Night. And they said they expecting another foot or another few inches tonight. So hopefully they're all good in Buffalo. But let's spin on Golden State. They're struggling right now. Steph balling, everybody else falling. Is it the championship hangover? Is it the Draymond donkey punch? And I just think it was the Draymond punch. People saying, well, Clay got to come off the bench and the young guys ain't stepping up. They sent Wiseman to the G League and all that stuff, man. It just seemed like they don't know what they doing. Now, they was looking like this before everybody came back and got healthy. Before last year, everybody know they pretty much had a cakewalk to the championship last year, and they battled the untested. I can't even say Boston was untested. They made some deep playoff runs. They just never was healthy in Kyrie, and then they had some team dysfunction there as well too. So they was tested, and it was the top 2 defensive teams in the league last year. Golden State found a way to win, but that punch that he did on Jordan Poole, they got to move Draymond Green. It don't even matter. It's been time to move Draymond Green. And as far as Wiseman, they just got to let him play. You not winning no way. Let him find his way. He exactly what they need in the middle. You just tell him to rebound, defend the rim, and that's just what you need him to do. Let him play. You send him to the G League, and you send Kuminga. Kuminga not playing well, Moody not, because they not in the regular rotation. They need defined roles. Let them know their role, define their role. Don't assume that they know their role. But it's time to push that new talent around Steph anyway. But that punch, you got to understand, this ain't like in a neighborhood where y'all fighting and you and the homeboys fighting and you just got to get over it. Y'all cool, a couple days later, next day, next hour, y'all back playing NBA Live, back in the sandbox. You got to understand, when that shit leaked, and people were seeing that, that divided that locker room. I guarantee you it divided the locker room. And even that veteran locker room couldn't survive that. And then you already got Poole, who better than Klay Thompson, been better than Klay Thompson since last year, playing behind Klay Thompson. You know what I'm saying? So, it's time to let Draymond go. It's probably time to let Klay Thompson go. It's probably time to let Poole, Moody, Kuminga, Wiggins reload around Steph Curry. At one point, it was going to come. But Draymond punch it expedited the process. It's exactly what it did. It sped up the process. And he should have knew better. You can't talk all that shit and then as soon as somebody talks shit, you clap back. You want to get physical? Like, dude, that punch messed them all up, and people could blame Steve Kerr. Nobody could have righted that shit. After that went viral and that leaked out, nobody could have righted that shit. Trust me. These are dudes with pride and money. And Jordan Poole could say, I got over it, and they could pay Jordan Poole and say, we putting it behind us. That fucked up the whole camaraderie, bro. And then it's the championship hangover. A lot of young guys saying, well, they champions. I contributed to a championship team. I'm a champion. I'm the same as Steph. I'm the same as Dre. I'm the same as Clay. And in the offseason, they getting all this shine, all these interviews, getting their own segment on radio shows and stuff and TV shows in the Bay. And they getting these new endorsements, and they ain't working no more. So that championship could have stunted a lot of their growth as players too. By every time, Time Business, y'all go subscribe to Time Business JS with Sports Entertainment now, saying, well, Steve Kerr gotta go. Steve Kerr gotta go. Man, what the fuck Steve Kerr gonna do? What another coach gonna do that Steve Kerr not doing right now? Nothing. No coach short of Red Auerbach and Pat Riley, maybe Chuck Daly, Phil Jackson could have survived that punch going viral. Then they probably couldn't have survived it. They probably would have moved Draymond the same in 24 hours. Let's keep it real. And that punch tore that team up. It did. And now you got to continue to reload around Steph Curry. What's new? And we knew they wasn't going to ride off to the sunset together. You know, Joe Dumars and Isaiah Thomas, you know, Isaiah injury, they had to split up. Rip and Chauncey had to split up. Reggie and Mark Jackson had to split up. You know? Shit happened. And they got to break it up. And it ain't nothing that Steve can do. Steve is not Ime Udoka. Ime Udoka, people forget, took a broken locker room. That's why they wanted him in Brooklyn. And they said, well, no, you can't hire Ime Udoka. Joseph Tsai, what he did, and this, that, and the third. He did nothing wrong. Derrick Jones allegedly got cheerleaders pregnant. You don't see nobody. But when the color get involved, the rules are always different. Trust me. Trust me. I'm a victim of it right now. I just leave it at that. When color get involved, everybody start looking. I'm in my department at work. I'm the only black guy there. And out of the whole building, there's only four black people. They just hired three of the 4 black people is new into the company. And of course, it's a different set of rules. It's always a different set of rules when color get involved. So, Ime Udoka could galvanize those young dudes, hold those dudes accountable in the way Brad Stevenson and Steve Kerr came. Steve Kerr, Steve Nash, guys like that don't have enough balls to rule with an iron fist or rule by force. And force don't mean necessarily physical, just a strong vocal leader. And that's what Ime Udoka did. No matter what the new coach is doing, Ime Udoka laid the foundation for them to be what they are. Without Ime Udoka, with Brad Stevenson, they're not a championship caliber team. They probably get it bounced in the first round last year. But even with a strong voice like Ime Udoka, Big John Thompson, Red Auerbach, Pat Riley, Chuck Daly, Phil Jackson, whoever you want to name, even with that strong voice, I don't think you survived that. There's too many egos involved in that locker room after winning the championship. Too many egos involved. And it's the young coming in for the new. So you don't think Klay Thompson feel Jordan Poole breathing down his neck? Absolutely. He talking about what hurt with Charles Barkley. Say, you know why it fucking hurt? Because it's true. You think Draymond don't feel a certain type of way? Wiggins got paid and he didn't? It's kind of like the Fab Five. And Jalen Rose kept it real. He said, man, with them taking over and pushing them seniors out, which Rob Pelinka was one of them seniors, or them upperclassmen at Michigan, that lost his job to Ray Jackson, Jimmy King, Chris Webber, Jalen Rose, Juwan Howard. He was one of those guys that lost his spot. And, you know, the GM for the Lakers, he was one of the guys that lost his spot. You know, he said they handled it better than I would have handled it. You know? You know, so, you know, you got to understand the changing of the guard. If you change, you get left behind, and they're going to have to start considering turning that team over to Steph 2.0, building around Steph. And that punch expedited that process. It really, really did speed up that process. Fast. It sped up that process fast. Why are you hitting your brakes? It sped it up. Hyper. So ain't nothing Steve Nash can do about it. Ain't nothing that a lot of people can do to right that ship in that locker room. His voice not big enough. He ain't got enough balls to grab his shit and do that. Yeah, they closed. It ain't even 8 o'clock yet. Right. One thing I say about black business, no, they open. Motherfucker closed though. But his balls ain't big enough to carry that job out. They not. So yeah, he ain't got his voice not big enough to handle that. In the majority of the league, their voice is not big enough to do what Ime Udoka did in Boston. That's just a fact. Can't nobody hold other black people accountable like black people. Can't. Marcus Smart said, nigga said he used to pull him over and say, man, nigga, what the fuck you doing? Take care of the ball and run your mother effing team. That's Marcus Smart. You tell him all the time. Come on, Brad Stevenson can't say nothing remotely close to that. And another thing I leave y'all with, that's why it's so important to have black male and female teachers in these classrooms. That's why Farrakhan said, and in hindsight, desegregation was not a great thing. We had our own teachers, our own water fountain and stuff of that nature, and we've been able to police our own communities. You know, we just wanted to be equal, but it was never going to be an equal playing field in the country. In this country. You got to remember, too, I ain't going to get into that, but it was never going to be equal. So, first time I had first black male teacher was like 2002 or 3. Yep, first time I had my first black male female teacher. And I switched over schools. Yep. So you gotta think about that, bro. They can't hold them accountable like them coaches like Steve Kerr and Brad Stevens can't hold them brothers accountable. It ain't just that Ime Udoka didn't play in the league neither, bro. He black, he can talk to them a certain type of way. They from the same background and demographic and shit. You know? So Steve, I don't think nobody big enough to overcome what they going through, because it's not like a young team and a moment happened and they gonna grow. You still hear Nick Young talking about Iggy Azalea, losing Iggy Azalea because of Nick Young. Come on now, bruh. This nigga wanna just play in the middle of the street. Go on with your Colorado Silverado, whatever you call it. But he's still crying over that, so I still wanna fight Nick Young. I still want to fight Nick Young over that. Excuse me. And I'm just thinking, like, bro, get over it. She getting passed around the industry like a goddamn hot potato. Get over it. That nigga was a kid. But you gotta understand, it's a different generation, dude. They hella petty, hella stupid. They don't galvanize. They don't believe in being loyal. They don't have no morals. They don't have no code. So not only is, guys like Udoka, Jock Vaughn is respected, they teaching life lessons to these brothers that the others can't. And think about that. If they still learning at 25, 22, 30 years old, 33, 30, everybody's still learning. If they still learning, all right, imagine how critical the learning process is for your kids, bro. It's just some things that the other can't teach the brothers and the sisters. And there's certain things they can say and can't say. So I'll leave y'all with that little tidbit, man. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance. Get notifications. We go live and drop video. Financially want to support the channel. Cash App, $CJ Good 313, Venmo, CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole 9. I do appreciate y'all for tapping in with your boy, but I forgot I had to go to the store. But at the end of the day, it's just certain things that they can't teach us, bro. And I lived it, bro. Because when I had switched over from a private school into a performing arts school, and it was a public charter school. Dog, man, I was running wild, bro. I didn't have teachers walking us to class no more. We had more responsibility at that school. You know what I'm saying? More electives, because it was performing arts. It was like, a lot of people don't know, I tap danced, I acted, I did drama, I played instruments, sung. And when I got out of the private school, dog, and we ain't had that structure, man, nigga, I ran wild in that hole, bro. off girls, off just, I was running wild. I was fighting every day. And without the Jeffrey brothers, dog, they was brothers. You know, we had Miss Brown. We had a lot of just different, it wasn't predominantly black teachers, but I had black teachers through my 2-year tenure in there, dog. Like, man, they used to hold us accountable, bro. And they used to say stuff and do stuff. And, you know, Mr. Deadman, they used to hold us accountable in that beat. For real. They used to hold us accountable. And without that structure, man, honestly, I don't even know where I would have been, though, bro, at that point. But appreciate y'all. Peace. Check out the NBA Talk playlist.